Hey everybody, it's James here. I want to show you a really brief demonstration of the Summit, the online goal-setting game guaranteed to give you massive results towards your goals and dreams. We're going to follow a young woman named Shelly as she takes part in an 8-week climb, and the Summit basically takes that 8 weeks and divides them into 8 different camps that you're going to travel through until you reach the top. Now, Shelly's Summit goals, that's her big goals she wants to accomplish in the next 8 weeks, are to lose 15 pounds. At least that's one of them. Now, we click on her 7-day goals, and these are the supporting goals that she has to set in order to help her get to that 15-pound weight loss. So Shelly goes ahead and enters her first 7-day goal, which is to work out 3 times. She has to assign it a priority, and then she has to determine whether this is a work or a personal goal, which it's personal, so she goes ahead and selects that. Then she also has to determine how she's going to measure this. Is this a one-time event, or is this a quantitative item, which she selects quantitative because to work out 3 times this week is out of 3. And then she goes and adds that it is a recurring goal, meaning it will probably happen every week. This way she won't have to keep writing it. And then she goes ahead and adds at least the first of her 7-day goals. Now, Shelly continues to add goals here that are going to support that 15-pound weight loss. She adds stick to her meal plan. Then she selects that this is the goal that is a life or death item. Life or death is the highest priority you can assign a goal in the game. And by doing so, Shelly has elevated this goal where she has to get this one done. If nothing else gets done, she has to stick to this meal plan. When she does, she'll really move up on the mountain. If she doesn't get it done, she's probably going to pay consequences. So Shelly continues to add goals that are going to support her weight loss, like cleaning out the pantry, which is just a one-time event, getting rid of all the junk food from Christmas. Then she's also going to add a goal to drink 8 glasses of water a day, very important when you're trying to lose weight. And that's a daily item as well. So she's given each goal a different priority, which you can give them all the same if you'd like, but it's good to prioritize them. And so now she's ready for this upcoming 7 days. You can see that everything is measurable. It's all quantifiable. You can also see that her goals are ranked. They all have different priorities, but she absolutely has to stick to that most important goal, stick to her meal plan. And the drink 8 glasses of water, that's a good idea. Here we are back at base camp. You can see there's some statistics. She's in the week 2 of 8. She has to complete at least 80% of those weekly goals in order to have success this week. So far she's at 31%, and it even translates it into an altitude that she is climbing up the mountain. You can see that she has 46 days left in her 8-week journey, and you can see the present risk of consequence that she'll have to pay if she doesn't make it to camp. And if we go back to the mountain, of course, you can see there is Shelly, and she's halfway up the mountain on her way from camp to camp. There are a few other items on the base camp screen which we'll show you, but basically Shelly continues week by week to enter weekly goals, complete them, and move from camp to camp to camp. On the risks and rewards screen, this shows the consequences that Shelly is going to pay if she doesn't make it to camp in a given week. Shelly entered those consequences herself at the beginning of the game, and also her reward that she's going to get when she reaches the summit. There's also a dispatch button, which every week there's new tips. It's like a dispatch from base camp, which will give her motivation and just help as she continues her climb. And then the last thing I want to show you is the Sherpa week. Just in case Shelly's having a really bad week one time, she can actually hire the Sherpas, and basically what the Sherpas will do is they will get you to the next camp without paying any consequences. It's kind of like a grace week in case you just had a really terrible week. That is the Summit, at least for the one player. Now, the Summit also has a 2-player option, and it's very, very powerful. In the Summit, when you play with a partner, you're actually roped together. Here you can see on the mountain there's actually 2 little people, and they're both heading up together as they make progress on their goals. The thing with the 2-player game is you are roped together. Here's player 1. You can see that they are at a certain percentage, 50% right now. Here's player number 2. You can see they're at 20% of their goals reached so far in that given 7 days. The score they need is 85% to get to camp that week. So far, they're only at 35, which is an average between their two scores. So they have to work together. They motivate each other, they keep each other accountable, but you don't want to let your partner down, and it's extra motivation. If your partner's just letting you down every week, you can just finally decide to cut the rope and climb alone, which we don't recommend, but anyways, it certainly does send a message. And so that's the summit, both one player and two player, and a very brief demo for you. But try the summit, you'll have the most incredible 8 weeks or 12 weeks of your life.